Guys, welcome to the boat barn. It's Dockside Ep.1, I think is what we're calling this. Well, officially Dockside 1.
Okay, Dockside 1.
Yeah, we've done some sit downs, guys. We're gonna try to make these a little bit more regular and kind of just give you an in look into how our month really went. Not just the videos that y'all see, but there might be some videos that you haven't seen yet, right? That we're gonna try to produce these at the end of the month. From what we talked about,
Yeah,
that could all go to crap.
I look back and I look ahead.
Yeah, and what we did, we were happy about, what we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
And then just give you a little more insight that maybe sometimes we miss some stuff, guys. I mean, in the moment of things, sometimes it's difficult to convey every single thing we're thinking, kind of get into it. Just maybe break it down a little bit more for you guys. Hopefully these interest you, they do well. If you haven't already and you're just stumbling on this, subscribe, guys. It allows us to kind of do more and more with this, but also keeps you up to date on what we're doing, even if you don't like us. See what's happening on the Texas coast, right? Maybe you don't like me or Ryan or
Kaylee,
Kaylee keeps hurting herself and falling in the water. If you haven't seen that,
Really, they all like that. So.
all those episodes exist.
Yeah.
Y'all really like seeing Kaylee get beat up. It's hilarious. Guys, we're sitting here. It is the 19th of January.
Yeah, about halfway over.
So let's cover kind of 2 months at once. We got December was kind of a weird month because right there at the end of the year, we're celebrating Christmas with our families, doing the New Year's thing. I actually got some time out there. But
I got busy. I wasn't around as much. You guys kind of helped on the fort.
Yeah. So some of this at the end too is going to be a shorter experience with Ryan, but a little more detailed with me and Kaylee. Just because we've had a little bit more time on the water, right? So beginning of December, hit the bay super hard. We did really well.
They hung some big fish right away.
Yeah, I mean, kind of the end of Thanksgiving leading into December. I mean, you were struggling a little bit to find your groove, right? But I got lucky enough to kind of find my groove. Found it quickly, stepping back into waders and into the colder weather. We were in the right spot at the right time. Finding the right structure. The fish hadn't figured out what they were going to do yet. We've talked about this in our other sit down, guys.
Yeah. 2
cold fronts hammered us back to back Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. Led us into December with fish still not knowing what to do. Got lucky enough, found some really big trout, but it was kind of isolated to me, and I do feel a little bit bad about that. But you've made that up recently, right? I believe that video will actually come out after this. I hate to continue to speak on success because y'all kind of saw that in the videos. What y'all don't see is Kaylee's struggle. Oh, yeah. What did that look like for you? Was it constantly changing lures? Was it changing how you were working it? What was going through your head as you were trying to find your groove that you've now found?
I think a lot of it was, I talk about, actually I don't know if it's in the video, but my goal for this year was to be able to tie my own lures on. I know at the beginning it was hard for you to trust me to do that with the $17 soft ties.
Well, you did keep dropping lures in the water.
Yes, I did. Twice. I did that.
Yeah.
And so I think I was at a little bit of a standstill there.
You don't get to say trout are on your lures when they fall off.
Yeah. It happens. It happens.
That's my favorite.
But what helped you find your groove, right? Was it changing how you were working stuff? I mean, me and you had talks, right?
Yeah, I think I finally got comfortable enough to change what I was doing, whether it was the pattern I was doing it or the color I was using. Or you also talked to me about like when bait fish go over the grass pockets, how they move quicker, and then when they're over the sand pockets, they go slower. And I think that helped me like visualize what the lure was doing in the water more. And
to dive deeper into that, what Kaylee's talking about is just an interpretation of how I see bait fish move. It's not the right way. There's a million ways to interpret how bait fish move, right? But man, when you see bait, when the grass pushes them up in a shallower piece of water before they get to the pocket, they're kind of looking for somewhere safe to go, and they're kind of swimming faster. And then when they do get into that pocket, that sand pocket, like a kind of a place that's deeper.
Yeah, but they start blending in a little more too.
And they get into that sand pocket and they move slower. They kind of crest that edge and they're kind of scouting, do I want to stay in this sand pocket? And that's really what Kaylee's talking about there, is that's how I interpret my lure movement. Now there's different speeds that you can do that at, but I typically try to work slower through those grass pockets in those angles of strike opportunity. I'm really looking at those sand pockets as a place for predator fish to sit and really giving them an opportunity to hit that lure before I bang it to the next one. And that's something that me and Kaylee really talked about a lot, because she was kind of working her lure the same, and not that may or may not be the reason for her success, but just trying to talk through kind of you were struggling.
Yeah, definitely.
Was, why are you, I mean, I think she asked me, she's like, I don't understand why you're catching lots of big fish and I'm not. And she was still catching fish, but just the size wasn't there.
Right.
And we look at the same thing in Baffin. We're blessed with the serpulid reefs. They're rocks. We fish these rocks. Yeah, Kaylee knows about the rocks. Check that episode out. The fish are doing the same things. It's working real quick if you can see the rocks, or you kind of know where they are, or there's a drop off. And we do the same thing with drop offs. Is you're banging it real quick to that drop off, and you wherever you really just want to slow that lure down where those fish are sitting. Cover your ground. Not every cast has to be super slow. Now your speed's going to vary on water temp and everything else like that. But
that's one thing that I figured out over the last couple of weeks, was just varying the speed depending on the conditions.
Yeah.
So I came in a little bit behind you guys because you guys had already fished and sort of figure some of these things out. And so
it's kind of easier for you to step in.
Yeah, well, yeah, a little bit. It's kind of nice to have the semi-guided, but just the technique, you kind of already figure, okay, so I've been working a lot on, hey, what's working for me, what technique.
Yeah, and it's a little different for everyone else.
Last time we went out, Ryan had himself a little bit of a mixed bag.
I had a good day, yeah.
Flounder.
I really slowed down a lot. That Saturday I was on way back in there. I was almost fishing like a bass worm.
Yeah, like dead sticking it.
Dead sticking, yeah. Just letting it sit, and they were hammering it. A little bit deeper water, but
fishing a real big drop off.
Yeah, real big drop. And then that last time out, fishing it so slow, I got that flounder.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Unfortunately,
we didn't get it. You'll see, we
tried.
Didn't quite get that one fully landed. Yeah. We got credit on that one. But yeah, just figuring out those things.
Working it slow. I think I got so irritated with the grass at times that I was just like
too fast.
Trying to get it as fast.
One of our last spots though, I was working it slow and nothing was happening. I'm like, and I noticed the bait fish, were really rocking along. I'm like, hey, here we go. We're gonna go fast. And next thing, boom.
Kind of matching what's happening in the environment we're fishing.
Exactly.
We had one day to make it count.
Offshore. Yeah.
Jumped offshore. I mean, it was a fiasco in the morning. That's some of the stuff y'all don't see.
So for you guys that don't do this, this time of year, you never know. Typically with our luck, the weather windows are like during the week and we're working. So, all we can do is watch some of our friends go out. Brandon Merrick on Alcoholic.
Yep.
He's on the Wahoo. Was on him last year really well, but he's a charter guy, so he can go out in the middle of the week and make it happen. We're kind of, hoping and praying that weather window lines up on the Saturday or Sunday we can go. We got one out of the whole month of December.
It takes matching up 2 full-time jobs to get away on a weekday. It's just hard.
Took a little different approach than what we did last year. We're like, hey, we're picking a spot, and that was Baker this year. And we went out there, messed around.
Nothing.
Yeah. So we're taking some lessons learned from that. Hopefully we'll apply those in the next video. But we did go try out a new sword spot, and then 2 for 2. So we're kind of feeling pretty good about how we do swordfish.
I would like to say that sword fishing in the winter is much better than it is in the
That's 1,000 times more enjoyable. But I think we're going to change up some stuff for Wahoo. Not in a bad way.
No.
But try some different techniques that we know about. We've kind of been reluctant to try to be honest. It takes a little bit more work, a little bit more prep.
We kind of been going the easy route, and so
for sure
we got to maybe put a little more time in, and the Wahoo gods will be nice to us this time.
Possibly. I mean, and we're kind of taking what we do in the summer that works really well, and pulling it back to the winter, but it's not working very well.
No.
So y'all will start to see some changes with that, and hopefully some development.
Window. Yeah, hopefully we get a window. I mean, we're halfway through January.
So
looking at the buoy app right now, doesn't look like anything's gonna line up for us for the next couple weeks. So it may be February before we line it up for Wahoo.
Hey, maybe it'll have to be my birthday weekend.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Again?
Yeah. Y'all didn't get to see that last time, but we went out on Kaylee's birthday and found 3 happy birthday balloons.
Yeah, that was on the last one.
What are the odds of that?
Yeah.
3 happy birthday balloons. Cole says that he sent them out there.
I did. And then I think for me too, it was kind of cool because we knew we were kind of messing with some smaller swordfish when we were catching swordfish, and we've kind of been erring on the side of caution with we know the swordfish have soft mouths.
We definitely
But
found that out.
I really got to put some heat while I was leadering fish this last trip.
Got some
And we knew, we weren't going to keep these fish. We were hoping to tag them, but I kind of took the opportunity to really put some heat on them, really see what they felt like in my hand. How much can we get away with and not get away with? I'm not sure necessarily that's the reason we pulled the hook, because I mean there was some waves and factor there, some other things going on.
We knew we were going to keep those fish, so we kind of took it easy on them a little bit more. So for you guys, you know, we've been really blessed to catch a whole lot of swordfish.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're kind of on that trophy hunt, if you will. So
and trying to land a swordfish that you're not gonna kill, kind of brings a whole new, because where you could be aggressive and really gaff that fish, or you know, some of y'all harpoon, or you could kill that fish. Now you're like, okay, we're gonna tire it out so we can grab the bill, and we're gonna stick this tag in it. It changes the game completely.
Changes the game.
But also the ability to know we're not out here to keep this fish. If we tag it, that's really great, and it's a great opportunity for science. But I really got to put some heat on them. I put a lot of heat on those fish, and I learned a couple of things. And you learn the way it feels in your hand, because you kind of know how much you're pulling. If you leader enough fish, you kind of know. I was putting about 45, 50 pounds on those fish. And you kind of know the breakover point of, okay, because you got to have those data points, leadering more and more. And while I've leadered a lot of fish, I haven't leadered a lot of swordfish. So getting those data points, I think, it's going to move us just forward in the right direction.
It's going to come in handy someplace down the road. You know, we have that big one on. It's not cooperating. We can
put just a little bit more on.
See what kind of heat we can put on them.
And it's nice to know too is how to start working that as a team. Of, okay, I'm on this fish. I haven't really leadered a whole lot with you driving the boat, and to learn the do's and don'ts of our team.
Well, that day was a little different too, because it was us three only, and we've kind of been fishing with four every time we saw a fish. So
and it was rough.
It was rough, yeah.
It was real rough while we were out there at the sword grounds. There's a breakover point at about 70 miles. And so we got out there. It was a little rougher than we thought it was going to be. So leadering the fish with a little more heat than we thought, and then moving into rougher sea conditions and knowing you're not going to keep this fish. I mean, there was a lot of things that we were kind of playing. I mean, we really were. Like, we knew we weren't going to keep any fish, and we've already kept enough swordfish for the year, and really being able to play with them and see what they're going to do. I mean, both fish were keepers.
Lucky to get out. We had a decent day. Made something out of it. But like we talked to you guys about, too, that's kind of Texas fishing. You go out there, the troll's not on. Hey, you're already out all the way out there. Head out to the sword grounds or do something different.
And guys, we tried.
Yeah.
I mean, we trolled longer than we normally would have.
Probably, yeah.
We definitely tried.
The other thing that we're hopefully start showing you guys a little bit more as we get into winter here, it's a little more deep drop, right?
Yep.
Go out there, find those yellow edge, maybe some snowies, something like that.
I think we've been talking about Warsaw for a little
Warsaw
bit.
too, yeah. We gotta figure that out, but we're trying to find the right time to gear up and get ready for that. So that'll give us a little bit different angle.
I like deep dropping.
Yeah.
Got some ideas. You never know what's going to come up. It's a nice change.
Yeah.
It's quick.
So hopefully you'll see that next month. Again,
it's a good excuse to use electric reels.
Weather dependent, yeah. But the majority of the time, in the bay, right? So
for sure.
I came back kind of 3 or 4 weeks ago with you guys, started hitting it hard. In my mind, we started focusing a little bit different. We were still hitting the grass beds, but we're starting to find fish a little bit more on the rocks, like what you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And so for me, like, I like fishing the rocks more for some reason.
It's a structure thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It jives with me a little bit more. I don't know why. So when we get on the rocks, I'm like, okay, my confidence level goes way up. I'm like, I got him here.
I like fishing the rocks when I don't have a soft eye.
The soft eyes are expensive on the rocks. So you're making this decision. Do I go get that soft eye? And do I think there's a big fish there?
So lately, it's kind of been a little harder bottom around the rocks.
Yeah.
Water's been a little stained lately, at least from my opinion.
Well, it's the wind switching back and forth.
Yeah, and we got a little bit of rain or a lot of rain at that.
A lot of rain.
So,
severely low tides.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of water in the bay.
So yeah, folks, if you haven't been down here, the tides have been crazy low.
Negative tides for sure.
So that's definitely put a kind of switch in the fish too.
No, I like it though.
Yeah,
you're taking a lot of water. So like if you're fishing I think about it the same way because I grew up on the river, right?
Yeah.
Is you're fishing this river and the water drops 5 feet. the fish go in the middle, right? It's the same thing in the bay. Is like they have all this in the spring. We see these super high tides, and it's like, damn, have to find these fish. You know, they're up in this lagoon now that never had water in it.
Yeah.
And so the low tide, it really it takes your flats away. It takes some of these other bodies of water, pulls all the fish back together.
Yeah.
And it's something I really makes it extremely, especially in Baffin, I'm sure a lot of y'all know, is it gets sketchy in there.
Yeah.
A lot of rocks that normally like I can run over, like I know they're there. I'm like, okay, I can run over that rock. Now I can't run there.
Yeah.
So it really takes a little bit of a more skilled or knowledgeable navigation, but it really concentrates the fish. It's really worked in our favor so far this year.
Yeah, I like the low tides just because I'm so short. I get to wade fish more spots.
But yeah, with that stained water, at least for me, when I came back, using a little bit more darker colors, right?
Yeah.
You know, with the conditions that we had a lot of time, overcast.
Yeah.
Not those bluebird days.
Dark or really, really bright colors.
Yeah. But so for me, it's the black and red's been banging.
Yeah.
You know, I've been kind of sticking to that.
That's what Ryan's talking about.
That's been the one that's working for today. So close up there for you guys in the camera.
Yeah.
That's been my fave.
And Ryan's really been on the down souths.
Yeah, I've been on down south, and I think it's kind of like we talk about offshore. Is I haven't been switching too much.
Yeah,
I jumped over to the soft dime for a little bit. Had a little bit of luck until I didn't retie and the fish took my soft dime. Coastal Brew came in.
Coastal Brew bait. I'd never used it before.
Yeah.
I literally just grabbed it when we were at Roy's.
Yeah.
Just to.
I bought them and I'm like, here, take some of these and try it out.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And it was a day where I could not catch anything to save my life. Ryan was hammering them next to me. Cole was catching them.
Just a good color in that green, slightly stained but mainly green water.
But that was the day too, where the fish they were wanting it a little bit faster.
They were wanting it faster.
Yeah, and so I was working this one pretty quick twitches,
Yeah.
and I think that one came into play too because it doesn't have that paddle tail on it, so it moves through the water just a little bit.
Yeah, and it does some things with its tail. I mean, a lot of these lures, I mean, they're not really. It's more of a reaction bite, right? It's like if you hand your dog a real cheeseburger. It's the example I've always told people, right? You put a real cheeseburger and a fake cheeseburger in front of your dog, he's gonna go for the real cheeseburger.
Yeah.
But if you throw both of them, and that fake cheeseburger starts bouncing and tumbling, you don't let him smell it first.
I like that analogy.
He's probably gonna go after the rubber cheeseburger that's bouncing, it's hitting rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
If you just set it in front of their face, no doubt he's gonna go for the real thing. But you really got to do something with these baits.
I'll never forget that you told
You've
me
been
that.
pretty much exclusive soft dime.
Yeah, so I've really I did have when these cold fronts were coming through and the fish really laid down on the bottom. I actually went over to a Fat Boy.
That's right.
The Fat Boy was working really well for me, but for the most part, just when we've been fishing, the water temp's been up. It's been 59, 60 to 62. We actually had some temps up into 67, 66 at one point when we were fishing. I've been throwing the black and red. You kind of already hit on that.
Yep.
But it's been really effective in the soft dine. I haven't thrown it in the Fat Boy yet, actually. We just haven't had the right conditions to throw Fat Boys here recently. But for me, we've been fishing, like you were saying, a lot of stained water.
Yep.
And that black body redhead's been working really good in the wee hours of the morning, a little bit more overcast, darker.
Yep.
Once that sun started to come out, I really focused on, I think it's Gremlin or Goblin.
Oh, that one's Leprechaun or something like that.
Yeah, so I've really been focusing. It's another dark lure. It's dark green, but it's got some gold flake in it. And that day that Kaylee caught her PB, I was actually doing really well.
Yeah, you were
on this lure. And man, you can change up how any lure works, how fast it goes. I mean, there's some action involved with that, but
because we were standing like right next to each other.
Yeah.
I think I threw in. I think I got a hit.
Yeah.
And then you threw right behind me and hung a pretty nice fish.
Super chicken has been working
that's the one that
too.
ended up on the bogus, I think, too.
Yeah, I think it did end up on the bogus. Guys, y'all still haven't found my bogus. I was really looking for some help on this.
Check out that video.
That video's not out yet, thankfully.
Still, if y'all find...
if you find bogas with an orange float on them that are attached to about a 6-pound trout, they're mine. You can just let me know you found them. I don't even know how many fish those bogas have had on them at this point, offshore, inshore. I've put wahoo on those bogas. I have put snook on those bogas, speckled trout. They've hung so many fish. Those stung a little bit. We looked for them for a while and they were not to be found. But
I have a green that's been working for me too on the soft eye.
Yeah.
That super chicken one.
Dark lures, just all I've kind of been varying now is how much flash is in them. Is the flash utilizable? Cloudy overcast, I've been going with the red head, the black body. It's been working really, really well. That's kind of been my substitute for hot head, guys. Works really great on days that are a little clearer, kind of like the when I've been throwing this color. But now my turnover is I've kind of been going to that when there's not as much sun. That black body red head, it really seems to be doing a really good job. It's something that we kind of been playing with. Nobody offers it. And we look forward to just showing y'all how that continues to work. I mean, every color has a time and place.
Absolutely.
I really see the way that lure has been doing. It's going to be a good color for us. Hopefully, maybe in the future, we can offer them to y'all somehow.
Yeah.
No matter how bad I want to throw this lure, if the water and the sky say different, you just don't throw it.
There's been a couple days where I wanted to go light, but I'm like,
can't,
man.
Yeah. Dark skies, dark water.
It's worked out.
There's a very fine line there. And sometimes you just gotta, Mother Nature decides for you. Absolutely. And then sometimes you choose a lure you think's gonna work and everyone else catching them on lure. It doesn't make sense.
That's usually the start of my day.
Yeah. And you're like, wait, why are you catching fish on that lure? It doesn't make any sense.
If you ever listen, I put it in most of the time, but if you ever catch the beginning of the videos, whoever catches the first fish, Ryan's always like, what color are you using?
Absolutely.
Gotta get the info.
Guys, Baffin's been great. Had a decent trip offshore. Wish we would have caught some who. And then in between all this, we've been lucky enough to duck hunt.
Yeah, we've got a couple of duck hunts. Yeah. You guys have got about 3 in. I've been down for 2 of those.
Yeah, 2 out of 3.
Nice.
Guys, the duck hunting's been good. It's just one of the things that we're so blessed with on this Texas coast.
Yeah. It started off with a really bad year for duck hunting.
Yeah, the first split was a little rough from what I understand, but the second split has been amazing. We were dealing with some warmer weather up north, though. I mean, me and you have duck hunted enough to know how that goes.
Yeah, that colder weather definitely pushed them down.
Yeah, so the cold weather brought them down.
We had our Arctic blast.
Yeah, and then got lucky enough we actually hunted last weekend. Yeah. So now a couple of trips in.
As the blast.
Guys.
Exactly. Yeah, we were out there when the Arctic blast blew in.
At some point, we'll show you around the boat barn and just how we're set up and the gear we have. And I think at the end of the day, you can't be set up for everything. You will be doing too much. So thankfully, we are so blessed to just, first of all, have the opportunities that we do in Texas. I mean, literally the same bay system that we catch trophy trout in, you can go duck hunt.
Yep, it's awesome.
And it's amazing to have that, and then do have the community and the network that we do, and just other people that are just so open and willing to share what they like to do, right? So, I mean, we're blessed with Nick and Katie. They really enjoy duck hunting. They don't do the trophy trout and stuff as much, or the offshore, but that's really what they enjoy doing. Got the dogs.
Swordfish trip. Tile. Nick really likes tile.
He does.
Fish, so we're going to get him out there.
He cooks it really well, too.
Yeah, he does.
So, just so lucky to just, hey, we don't really want to go in the bay. Kind of had our fill of speckled. Not that I ever had my fill of speckled trout, but just being able to share a different experience with Kaylee, me and you, be able to go do something different.
It's nice for us. But they've been awesome to us.
Absolutely.
Getting going like full bougie there when
Oh, nice blinds. Got the dog. 100 decoys. Yeah, it's been a great time.
We got a new toy.
We do, guys. Completely different angles fixing to come at you. By the way, it's just all on Ryan. I did buy the thing, but Ryan's dealing with it. I know my dad's watching this. You go ahead and comment down below about how I just destroy all things RC. Anything remote control, I just don't get along with that. I wasn't that kid at all, and I still will continue to.
But it's going to be cool and be a challenge, but try to show you some different angles where maybe how we're fishing a certain area.
Yeah, and you really use it to break down. I was even saying in the bay, really go above us, kind of not just some sketching stuff, but really show y'all what we're working, how we're working it, and why it'll just be a great tool. I mean, just something to really help show y'all a completely different angle and also give y'all some different breakdowns.
Probably, expect some more bay fishing for sure.
Bay fishing, wahoo, and duck season's wound down.
Yeah,
we're done.
Season, we're kind of done with that.
Yeah.
It was fun to do for sure.
It was great while it lasted. I mean, the 3 times we went. Yeah. Wahoo, guys. Some state snapper. It just reopened.
Snapper.
Just reopened. We haven't had a window yet, but reopened January 1st.
Yeah, so definitely either probably on this boat if we can get the window.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get my
a lot cheaper on fuel.
Show you guys. We got some spots that have some tanks on them.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
So we'll hopefully get you guys out there.
Hopefully get y'all out there.
I don't think we'll get the spots to you, but
Probably not.
we'll show you the fish that are there.
Probably not giving you.
But yeah,
mate duties are over.
Next month, looking at February. Into
Snapper,
February.
Guys,
wahoo?
February, snapper, wahoo, trout. Kaylee wearing shoes.
Swordfish.
Tilefish.
Hopefully some big swords. Yeah.
Big sword.
Grouper.
Yeah.
Guys.
Bottom fishing.
We're
And
gonna
we'll
get
see.
it done this year.
Then we'll be into March, and March is.
I think we've talked about it a little bit, but maybe going down to Mansfield, South Padre. Got some family in Galveston too.
Yeah. we wanna
Just
do
mixing
some
it up a little bit,
top.
trying to get everyone involved in the coast, guys. We really want to be the people that at least the Texas fishermen turn to. I know we've talked about it. I mean, we want everyone to continue enjoying what we do, but really the folks here in Texas, it's cool to run into y'all. Y'all say hi, please.
Yeah, we
it lets
love
us know
seeing y'all.
we're growing. Like to keep growing, so please subscribe.
And then
Watch
shirts, a little late for sweatshirts, but we're working on it.
Working on all that stuff.
But all of that stuff will soon be available on a website that I'm continuing to try to work on. I just haven't gotten an email back yet.
We're working on it. We're working on everything.
Guys, we have real jobs.
Still working.
Bear with us.
Still working on the website. Too, yeah.
Still working on the website. I'm still working on the
Still
shirts.
got to do a website.
Yeah, you still got to do it.
We have the domain name, so it's out there. But
I hope personally that you're enjoying the videos.
Yeah.
Editing wise.
Kelly does a lot of work.
She does.
Try.
Just 5 days a week, 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
Just to crank all these videos out.
And reels.
But expect more of the same.
Because we don't touch the editing.
Yeah.
We hope that you like everything. Comment down below. Tell us what you do and don't like.
Yeah, give us some input, guys.
What you want.
Positive
see?
input.
Yeah, positive input.
Yeah.
Leave the hate.
Yeah.
Well, no, y'all keep picking on Kaylee for falling in the water, though.
No.
I like that.
But we'll see you next time.
See ya. Like, subscribe, comment.
I don't even think we need to say come get some.
SaltyGIllz, come get some.
Okay.
There you go.